Hey everyone, this video is called The One Thing That You Can Do to Change the World. If you can't do anything else, this is the one thing that I guarantee will make the world a better place. There's always that question of what can I do to make a difference in this world? I'm just me. Well, I have your answer. And the answer is, and I know I shouldn't give the answer away right away. There should be a teaser, but I want to give it to you right away. The answer, watch this. Stop abuse at your generation. Done. Stop abuse. If you stop abuse at your generation, the world will be a better place. So when you ask yourself that question, if there's nothing else you can do, boom, stop abuse at your generation. So I'm going to give you a story about this, and it will help you hopefully see what I'm trying to say. So I used to do a lesson on mental pain, and it was in my mental health unit. And so what I did is I gave an analogy or a comparison, if you will, between mental pain and physical pain. Okay. Now, physical pain is a lot more simple. Okay. Physical pain is basically touching a stove, let's say. That's the example I'm going to use. When you touch a stove, it's ow, it hurts. So what do? You pull your hand away and you go, I never want to touch a stove again. That didn't feel good. Okay. It's pretty simple. There's not a lot of strings attached. It's a warning sign. Don't touch it. You're going to get hurt. Mental pain / emotional pain, a lot more complex. It's still the same in a sense of it's a warning sign. It tells you be careful of what just caused you that mental / emotional pain. Analyze it and decide what you're going to do about it. But the problem with mental / emotional pain is usually there's a lot more strings attached. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's say you have somebody in your life who cheats on you. Okay, in a relationship. Well, it's easy to just go for some people to say, well, just get rid of them. You know, they cheated on you. They caused you mental and emotional pain. That's the warning sign. It's like touching the stove. You would just not touch the stove again. So break up with them. But it's a lot more complex because you don't, with the stove, you don't have a relationship, basically, right? It's just a stove, okay? So you don't touch it again. Whereas in a relationship with another person, okay, you have all these experiences with them. So to just go, well, they caused me mental or emotional pain, have a good life, see you later, it's a lot more difficult. So what I would do is I would start talking about how abuse relates to this with mental and emotional pain. Because a lot of people go, well, why is someone staying in this relationship? Why are they not leaving? What's going on with this? How can someone deal with this abuse, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let me give you the example. When you're abused, whether it's verbal, physical, or sexual, okay, emotional, you are basically having that person take your hand each time they abuse you and forcing you to touch the stove. Well, when you touch the stove the first time, it's, ow, that was terrible. You have this extremely painful, ow, my hand hurts, but if you're relating it to mental and emotional pain from the abuse, you are fatigued mentally. You probably cry. You're probably angry. You have a lot of questions. You're just, oh my gosh. And your entire day, potentially week, is destroyed from that abuse. But here's the deal. Your brain is smart. Because if you had that same reaction, okay, to someone abusing you, each time they abused you, it would cause you to be incapacitated. You would not be able to sustain life because you wouldn't be able to move on. You'd be fatigued every day. Your brain just wouldn't be able to concentrate and focus on things to help you survive. So your brain basically creates this defense mechanism of, sadly enough, kind of makes you used to it. And so that's why people go back to these relationships. They get in a zone and kind of, well, why would they go and get with somebody again that they know would abuse them? Why are they drawn to that? Well, they're used to that. That's just what their brain is used to. But my point with all this is I used to teach about this, and then what I would do is I would give a story about someone who was verbally abused, and then I talked about someone who was sexually abused, and the trauma and what it does to their life, but what it also does to the people around them. They're going to be potentially a father, a mother, they're a brother, potentially a sister, they are a daughter, a son, they are a teacher, they are a business person, they are a whatever, right? And as they go through their life, that abuse really takes a toll on not just them, but all the things around them. Okay? And unfortunately, a lot of times when you are abused, like I said, your brain kind of gets used to it. And so you're either drawn to an abuser and that kind of like lifestyle relationship, if you will, or you become an abuser. And so that's why it's so crucial. Right? Now, is everybody that gets abused, do they do that? No. But they're more likely to. Okay, so my hope for you, okay, I used to do this lesson, right? And I had a kid come up to me and he said, you know what, Mr. Cole, because you shared about your story with like verbal abuse and sexual abuse, my mom is being physically abused by my stepdad, and I've never done anything about it. I've never given her a voice. I've never tried to help her. And because of your sharing, I'm going to tell my dad, and I'm going to get my mom help. And that's just one story of the impact that you can make by opening up and talking about your life and your experience. It's okay. And when we talk about things that happen to us, and it's not always good stuff, you give a voice to someone who's going, well, no one has had this happen to them. Only I have had this happen to me. No, it's not true. Lots of people have gone through this kind of trauma. And if we open up and start talking about it, it will help us deal with it and give us support and help us be able to stop abuse at our generation. So, with that being said, the moral of the story is two things. One, it's okay to talk about what's gone on in your life and your past, because you want to know what? You're helping other people deal with the same things potentially that you've gone through. And what a great feeling to help someone else get past, hopefully, that trauma. And number two, if there is nothing else in this world that you feel like I can do to make a difference, you want to know what? Here's your answer. Stop abuse at your generation. With that being said, I hope that enriched your life, and I hope it filled you with this ability to know that you can make a difference. Peace, love, and a whole lot of happiness. See ya.